Welcome back to next Wednesday?
Yeah, last Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
Welcome back to last Wednesday. Is it last Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's last Wednesday. Welcome back to...
Gather round, folks, and I'll tell you a tale of a guy and a couple of his friends that had an idea. An idea for a TV show about comics back in the infancy of YouTube and our halcyon days of youth. We called it Last Wednesday, and we talked about comics, news, and reviews. This was long before monetization was a thing. I mean, hell, this was long before there were ads on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube used to be ad-free. We did it all for fun. Well, I did anyway. But that's a story for a different time. On occasion, we'd make it to a convention and talk to some of the creatives that made the books we loved. This is how I made friends with and got to interview some of my favorite people in comics. Speaking of which, prepare for incoming time capsule in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the continuing coverage of MegaCon 2007 here on last Wednesday. My next guest is one of the pioneers of Chaos Comics, Mr. Brian Pulido. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How's the con treating you so far?
It's bananas. A lot of good times.
Yeah. How about all these people here, huh?
I love all the costumes. This is one of the coolest things about the show, all the different people dressed in all the different costumes.
Excellent. Now, I heard earlier on the panel you said that music influences what you write quite a bit. What bands do you listen to?
Well, right now, the band that really kicks my ass is Lamb of God. I really like Lamb of God. Let's see. You know, I listen to a lot of stuff, but I keep coming back to Lamb.
Yeah. Lamb is pretty good. They put out some really good stuff recently. What are your current projects? What are you working on now?
Well, I'm writing Chucky for Devil's Due. I've written a Darkness one-shot for Top Cow. I just finished a Tomb Raider animated piece for Turner Broadcasting, and next Thursday I have a deadline on another Tomb Raider. And then I write Lady Death, so I have a couple Lady Deaths coming out every month.
I'm glad to see that Lady Death is still in the shows. I was worried that when Chaos was going to fold that you weren't going to be around, but I'm glad to see that you're still back. Thank you so much for your time, Brian. You've been great, and enjoy the rest of your con, man. Is your microphone on? Just push it up. Okay, yeah, it's up.
Test.
Testing, 1, 2.
Test.
All right. I am back here at the San Diego Comic-Con on the second day, and I have Brian Pulido, a repeat interview. We met him at MegaCon. So how's this con treating you? This is a much bigger con.
It's a bigger con, you know. This is probably my 13th out of 16 years, so
damn.
You know, I prepare with Shaolin monks in the Himalaya for about 7 months leading up. So
excellent,
I'm ready to go.
Excellent.
I've run like 8 consecutive triathlons in preparation for this.
Damn. I gotta start training with you before I come to the next one. You got a silver tongue there, buddy. So what's going on with Lady Death right now?
Well, Lady Death, gosh, a couple of neat things are out. Here at the show, we debuted a Lady Death bust, limited to 100, that actually has real rubies in her eyes.
No kidding.
And then working with Claiborne Moore of CS Moore Studios, we have a new 15th anniversary Lady Death full-size sculpt that's amazing. It'll make your mouth water.
Well, it's making my mouth drop right now just thinking about it.
And then Lady Death-wise, always new adventures. Upcoming storyline called Cursed. My gosh. You know, it's a loaded question because actually I've written Lady Death all through 07 and through 08. So I guess it's like, okay, what's going on with Lady Death? I don't know, based on the publishing schedule or based on where I'm at in December 08. But a lot of fun all the time.
So you keeping yourself busy with Lady Death?
You bet.
Any other projects that you're doing on the side? I know that you're doing the Tomb Raider revision thing.
Yeah, it's a fun project, Tomb Raider revision. I guess it's a part of a celebration for the 10th anniversary of Lara Croft.
Yeah.
And they invited a lot of top comic creators to do their own interpretation of the character.
Yeah.
So I wrote one which was called Legacy.
Excellent.
And that one is being done like a Johnny Quest episode.
Oh, okay.
So for people who expect me to always be doing like the crazy horror, this, that, and the other, I get a chance to show people other skills.
Excellent.
So that one went great. And then I got a call from those guys and said, hey, do you want to do a Laura Croft where it's like a send-up of a Tex Avery cartoon? And I said,
wow.
like classic Bugs Bunny cartoon? They said, yeah. And I was like, sure. And I think I wrote that one and the story in like 7 or 8 hours. And yeah, we just bam. And actually, it's already playing on GameTap.com. So it's
excellent.
It's crazy, you know, crazy burping, farting, really crazy sound effects, crazy characters.
So it's just a very funny episode featuring Laura Croft, then. Very Tex Avery?
Big time. And Laura, of course, is always Laura, but all the characters are around her, bumbling fools and idiots.
Okay. Very cool. So it gives her something to play off of.
You bet.
Excellent. What else are you writing? Are you writing anything for Marvel or DC or anybody else?
I'll actually be speaking with Marvel in Chicago with the editor-in-chief about that possibility. And it's interesting because after 15 years of independent comics, which I still love, I said, you know, what's next for me? So it'd be neat to write that kind of stuff. What I am doing, though, is for Top Cow, I'm writing a one-shot, which is... I can't talk much about it, but I read All the Darkness and I pitched him a couple ideas and something that has not quite been done with the character.
Excellent.
He always seems to fight. If you read his stories, I don't know, he always defeats whoever he's fighting or coming against real easily. So I said, I want to do a knockdown, drag-out battle where this guy comes to the edge of his life and you know, he really, the darkness doesn't help him. He has to use his smarts to survive.
Excellent. So you're just basically going to drag him through the mud.
Big time. I love that. I love that. You know, like, remember like Daredevil Year One? I mean, Matt Murdock got his ass kicked.
He got the shit kicked through him.
He got his life dissected, so yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and this
so
one's
you're going to do that to the darkness, then?
Well, this one's definitely it's a fight comic, so it's like a battle comic, yeah.
Excellent. So it sounds like Jackie's got a lot coming up for him, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Awesome. So any recommendations for people coming to Comic-Con for the first time?
Drink plenty of liquids. Everything takes longer than you think it would take.
Yes.
Get a hold of the program book and plot out what you may be interested in and use a map and look up in the ceiling. It'll tell you the numbers of stuff. Because I'll see people always saying, hey, where's this? Hey, where's that? And I said, look at your program book and then look at the numbers. Yep. That'll help. And then, and then just make sure at the other end of Comic-Con when you get home, you allow 2 days to sleep.
2 days. See, I only left myself one.
Oh, dude, you're going to be in a coma the whole week.
Oh, boy.
It'll take
that's all right. That's all right. I just have to go to work. I mean, no big deal, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're young.
Is there anything at this con specifically that has you excited?
Well, I mean, right here at the Avatar booth is George Romero, so...
Yeah, that would get me excited.
That's real exciting. You know, the premiere of this Laura Croft stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I'm personally interested in. There's this movie preview that ran before Transformers called Cloverfield. And apparently,
I saw that one.
Oh, it's a giant monster movie.
Oh, we haven't seen one of those in years.
Oh, dude, go seek it out. And apparently, they're going to name that film. Here's the thing. I just showed up to watch Transformers, and suddenly this handhold, shaky cam, Blair Witch camera stuff starts happening. These kids are partying in Manhattan. It's one kid's last, like teenagers. It's his last night before going to college or whatever, and then suddenly, the whole town shakes. And then after that, they go out and run on the street, and way in the distance, like there's a humongous explosion. Then there's the sounds of something gigantic. Then everything rumbles. People are running by, and they're saying, it's alive, it's gigantic. And then suddenly something smashes, like stuff, like meteorite-like looking stuff smashes and lands in front of them, and it's the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, I did see the poster for that. The Statue of Liberty. Yeah. Oh, that looks amazing.
So the code name is Cloverfield. Apparently they're going to name it here. So I'm...
Really?
Yeah, I'm like... I have every giant monster movie ever made.
Really?
I love them. So.
Which one's your favorite?
It's a good question. You know, for kitschiness is the X from Outer Space, but some of the recent Godzilla movies have been fantastic.
Yeah.
You know?
Not Godzilla 2000, right?
Not Godzilla 2000.
Yeah,
no.
Not the one with Matthew Broderick with the little monsters running around.
No, they went the wrong way. But you know, the '90s Toho Godzillas are pretty amazing, and then recently, you know, it's like G versus whatever. They've been great.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brian.
Thanks.
I really
appreciate you guys.
And once again, this is Luke with Brian Pulido here at Comic-Con 2007.
Later.
Make it out here the next time.
Later. Thanks, guys.